The moment that changed everything. I still remember that night as if it were yesterday. The dim glow of the bar lights, the chatter of strangers blending into a soft background hum, and the laughter of my friend sitting across from me. We were having a great time, talking, joking, letting the night unfold naturally, but then in a single moment, everything changed. She walked in, and just like that, the world seemed to slow down. She wasn't just beautiful, she was mesmerizing. The kind of woman who doesn't just catch your eye but holds it captive. Something about her aura, her presence, the way she moved, it was almost surreal, like an angel stepping into my reality. My heart pounded in my chest, my breathing became shallow. My mind raced with a million thoughts at once. I have to talk to her, but what if she's with someone? What would I even say? Maybe she doesn't want to be bothered. Would I just be embarrassing myself? And then, the thought that hit the hardest. If I don't go over there, I'll regret this all night. The weight of that regret felt heavier than the fear of rejection. So I took a deep breath, stood up, and walked toward her. My mind was still a battlefield of hesitation and doubt, but I forced myself forward. I didn't have a clever line or a perfectly rehearsed introduction. I simply said the first honest thing that came to mind. "Hey, how's it going?" I felt like I'd regret it all night if I didn't come over and say hi. And then, two things happened almost instantly. First, I felt an enormous weight lift off my shoulders. The second I spoke, I realized that all the pressure I had built up in my head was pointless. I didn't need to sound cool. I didn't need a perfect script. I just needed to be real. Second, she smiled. Not just any smile, but one of those genuine, warm, intrigued smiles that instantly set the tone. Within moments, we were laughing, flirting, and before I knew it, she was getting us free drinks from the bartender. The night unfolded in ways I never expected, all because I had the courage to take a single step forward. That night changed everything. From that moment on, I made a decision. I wasn't going to fake confidence or hide behind carefully constructed lines. I wasn't going to pretend to be someone I wasn't. I was simply going to be me, raw, real, and unfiltered. And that's when I realized the truth about attraction, the psychology of power and presence. Let me share something fascinating with you. A long time ago, I read a study about laughter. Yes, laughter. But not just any kind of laughter. The psychology behind how people laugh and what it reveals about them. The study analyzed different types of laughter and how they evolved over thousands of years. The conclusion? There are essentially two types of laughter: loud, powerful laughter, and soft, restrained laughter. Back in ancient tribal times, leaders and warriors laughed loudly, unapologetically, fearlessly, without hesitation. Their laughter wasn't just a sound, it was a statement. It signaled strength, dominance, and confidence. They weren't afraid of being seen or heard. On the other hand, those who were weaker, those who feared drawing attention, laughed softly. They kept their volume low, making themselves small, avoiding unnecessary notice. Now, here's the crazy part. Even though we live in a completely different world today, this primal instinct still exists within us. Society has conditioned us to suppress our laughter, to keep it polite and controlled. But deep down, the way we laugh is still a reflection of our confidence, our self-assurance, and how we perceive our place in social dynamics. And this is where things get interesting. Your laugh isn't something you were born with, it's something you develop. Just like your body language, your speech patterns, your posture, it's all shaped over time, and that means you can change it. Yes, you can train yourself to laugh with more power, to command attention without even trying. And trust me, this tiny change can transform the way people perceive you. How laughter shapes attraction. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how does this relate to attraction? Let me break it down for you. One of the most underrated yet powerful things that attract women to men is laughter. Not just humor, but the energy behind it. A strong, confident laugh isn't just about making jokes. It's about the way you own the moment. Think about it. Have you ever met a woman whose laugh was so sweet, playful, and inviting that you instantly felt drawn to her? That's the power of laughter in attraction. The same principle applies in reverse. A woman instinctively feels attraction toward a man who laughs with confidence, who radiates energy, who isn't afraid to express himself. In fact, it can even trigger a subconscious sexual attraction, simply because a confident laugh signals strength. Now, here's where most guys go wrong. They take themselves too seriously. They hold back. They suppress their natural energy. And worst of all, they believe they need to act tough or serious to gain respect. That's a huge mistake. A long time ago, I tried this experiment myself. After reading about the psychology of laughter, I made a conscious decision. I was going to change my laugh. I was going to own it, make it powerful, make it fearless. So the next time I was out with friends, I laughed loudly. I didn't hold back. I let my energy flow. And you know what happened? People noticed. Women were drawn to me in a way I had never experienced before. It wasn't because I had changed my looks. It wasn't because I had some rehearsed pickup lines. It was simply because I had allowed myself to be fully expressive. But not everyone got it. One of my friends pulled me aside and said, "Dude, if you want to be taken seriously, you shouldn't laugh so much. You should be more serious. That's how people respect you." At first, I was annoyed, not because he challenged my thinking, but because I realized how deeply flawed this belief was. This whole idea that being serious makes you powerful, it's a lie. In fact, let me ask you this. Think of someone you know who never laughs, never smiles, always looks serious. Now ask yourself, do people actually enjoy being around them? The answer is almost always no. Why? Because they're boring, because they lack energy, because they make social interactions feel stiff and lifeless. And here's the most important part. This doesn't just affect their relationships with women. It affects everything. Their friendships, their careers, their influence. If you want to be magnetic, if you want to attract not just women but people in general, you have to be someone they enjoy being around. And that means letting go of the idea that seriousness equals power. True power comes from energy, from authenticity, from owning who you are. The power of being unapologetically. So let's bring this full circle. The night I saw that girl at the bar, I had two choices. Sit there, overthink everything, and let fear win. Get up, trust myself, and say what was on my mind. I chose the second option, and that choice changed everything. Attraction isn't about saying the perfect thing. It's about being fearlessly, unapologetically yourself. It's about owning your energy, your laughter, your presence. Because at the end of the day, people don't remember the words you say. They remember how you made them feel. The truth about attraction, what really draws women, and let's cut through the noise. Most guys believe that attraction is about saying the right thing. A perfectly crafted pickup line, a clever joke, or an impressive story. They think if they just say the magic words, the girl will instantly fall for them. That's complete bullshit. The truth? Women don't fall for words. They fall for energy. They fall for a feeling, a magnetic presence that can't be faked or forced. Think about the most charismatic, magnetic people you've ever met. Were they the ones obsessing over what to say, or were they the ones who simply owned the moment? Here's what most guys get wrong. It's not about what you say. It's about who you are while you say it. You could approach a woman and say, "Hey, I just had to come talk to you because you look incredible." And if you say it with confidence, certainty, and ease, it'll work. She'll smile, lean in, and engage with you. But take that exact same sentence and say it hesitantly, with nervous energy, insecurity, and doubt, and you'll get a completely different reaction. She might give you a polite smile, or worse, she might ignore you completely, not because of the words you used, but because of how they felt when you said them. This is why guys who are naturally attractive to women don't rely on pickup lines. They rely on their presence. They don't worry about impressing women with words. They make women feel something just by the way they show up. And here's the best part. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be ridiculously good-looking. You just need to change how you see yourself. Women can sense everything, even what you try to hide. One thing you have to understand about women, they're always reading you. Not just what you say, but your body language, Your tone, your eye contact, the way you move, the way you react. Women have an almost psychic ability when it comes to sensing energy. They can feel if you're faking confidence. They can feel if you're nervous. They can feel if you're secretly seeking their approval. And when they sense that doubt, they lose interest instantly. This is why so many guys struggle with women, despite learning all the right things to say. They might memorize clever lines, but deep down, they're still unsure of themselves. And no amount of words can hide that insecurity. Women aren't attracted to words. They're attracted to certainty. A man who is certain of himself, who moves through the world with confidence, not forced but natural, is the kind of man who effortlessly draws women in. Now you might be thinking, but what if I'm not naturally confident? What if I do feel nervous? That's okay. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And the fastest way to build it: stop trying to hide your nerves. Stop pretending to be something you're not. That night in the bar, I could have walked up to that girl and tried to act cool. I could have put on a fake persona, acted like I wasn't interested, played some game to impress her. But instead I just told the truth. I felt like I'd regret it all night if I didn't come over and say hi. No gimmicks, no rehearsed lines, just honesty. And that's exactly why it worked. The power of shameless interest. Now this brings us to a technique I call shameless interest. Most guys are afraid to show interest in a woman. They think if they admit they're attracted to her, they'll lose power. So they play games. They act distant. They pretend they don't care. This is the worst thing you can do. Women want to feel desired. They want to be pursued. But here's the key. You have to show interest in a way that's bold, unapologetic, and confident. There's a huge difference between saying, "Your hair is beautiful," a weak compliment that she's heard 100 times, and "I like your hair, but I usually prefer blondes," a playful, confident tease that creates intrigue. See the difference? The second one isn't just a compliment, it's a challenge. It shows that you're interested, but not in a desperate way. This is what I mean by shameless interest. It's about making it clear that you're attracted to her, but in a way that feels effortless and playful, not needy. Here are a few examples of how to use this in real conversations. "You're cute. I think I might like you." Instead of just saying, "You're cute. We should probably just get married already." Playful and over the top. "I was going to say something smooth, but you distracted me by being too adorable." These lines work not because of the words themselves, but because of how you deliver them. If you say them with confidence and a smirk, they create instant attraction. But if you say them nervously, like you're hoping for approval, they'll fall flat. The most important rule: never chase, always attract. One of the biggest mistakes men make is chasing women. When you chase a woman, you send a subconscious message: "You are more valuable than me." And the second a woman senses that, she loses attraction. Attraction isn't about chasing, it's about pulling her in. And the way you do that, by becoming the kind of man women naturally gravitate toward. Think of the guys who always seem to have women around them. Are they the ones desperately trying to impress girls? Or are they the ones who are just having fun, being social, and letting women come to them? The most attractive men aren't the ones who chase. They're the ones who create an energy that makes women chase them. So, how do you create that energy? Assume attraction. Walk into every interaction with the mindset that she already likes you. Be direct. Don't play games. If you're attracted to her, own it. Keep your standards high. Treat her as an equal, not as some prize you have to win. Have fun. Stop taking things so seriously. Women are drawn to men who bring light, playful energy. And most importantly, never put a woman on a pedestal. She's just a person, just like you. The moment you treat her like some rare, untouchable goddess, you lose all your power. Remember, women don't fall for men who try too hard. They fall for men who make them feel something real. Final thought. Before we continue, let me ask you something. Have you ever met a guy who was terrible with women, but then one day something changed? Maybe he got a promotion, or started hitting the gym, or just stopped caring so much, and suddenly, women were drawn to him like never before. That wasn't magic. That was presence. The fastest way to attract women is to stop trying so hard to be attractive. Instead, focus on building yourself into a man who naturally attracts. Because when you do that, when you own your confidence, when you stop hiding your interest, when you let go of fear, everything changes. How to command a woman's attention without saying a word. By now you understand that attraction isn't about what you say. It's about how you make her feel. Women aren't drawn to words. They're drawn to energy, presence, and confidence. But what if I told you that you could captivate a woman without saying a single word? That's right. Before you even open your mouth, she already knows whether she's interested in you or not. How? Through subcommunication, the invisible signals you send through your body language, tone, eye contact, and presence. This is where most guys fail miserably. They focus on words, thinking the right pickup line or the perfect conversation will get them the girl. But if your energy is off, no amount of words will save you. So let's break down the exact signals that make a man instantly attractive to women. 1. The way you walk speaks louder than words. A man's walk is one of the biggest indicators of confidence. The way you carry yourself tells the world and women exactly how you feel about yourself. Think about it. Have you ever seen a truly confident man rush into a room? Have you ever seen a leader walk with nervous, fidgety energy? Of course not. Confident men move with certainty. They take their time. They don't rush. Their walk says, "I belong here. I know who I am. I don't need to prove anything." Next time you walk into a room, slow down. Walk with a deliberate, relaxed pace. Keep your shoulders back, your chin up, and make eye contact with people around you. This small shift alone can instantly make you appear more powerful and attractive. And if you really want to take it to the next level, add a slight smirk to your face, like you know something others don't. That subtle look of amusement creates mystery, and mystery is one of the most powerful attraction triggers. 2. Eye contact, the silent seduction tool. Eye contact is the most powerful way to create attraction without words. It's also one of the areas where most men fail. Why? Because they either avoid eye contact out of nervousness, making them seem weak and insecure, overdo eye contact, making it aggressive and uncomfortable. The secret to powerful eye contact is balance. When you're talking to a woman or anyone, hold her gaze just slightly longer than what feels natural. This creates tension, the good kind of tension that makes her heart race. Most guys look away too quickly because they're afraid of making things uncomfortable. But what they don't realize is that holding eye contact is exactly what creates attraction. And here's a trick. When you're talking to a woman every once in a while, look at her lips for just a fraction of a second before returning to her eyes. This tiny movement sends an unconscious signal that you're attracted to her, and it sparks tension and chemistry instantly. Powerful eye contact alone can make a woman feel something deep for you before you even say a word. 3. The power of stillness and control. One of the easiest ways to immediately appear more dominant and attractive is to stop fidgeting. Insecure men constantly tap their fingers, shift their weight, adjust their clothes, nod too much when listening. Confident men are still. They're composed. They own their space. The next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to your movements. The less you fidget, the more powerful you appear. Here's an easy exercise. Sit in a chair and place your hands on your thighs. Stay completely still for 5 minutes. Focus only on your breathing and controlling your movements. Do this every day, and you'll naturally become more grounded, controlled, and commanding in social situations. And women notice this. A man who is still, relaxed, and composed creates an aura of strength and confidence that's magnetic. 4. Your voice is either turning her on or turning her off. Most guys don't realize that the way they speak is either attracting women or repelling them instantly. Have you ever met a guy who talks too fast, with a high-pitched, nervous energy? It doesn't matter how attractive he is, his voice alone kills his presence. Now think about the most powerful men in history. James Bond, leaders, public speakers. They all have one thing in common. They speak slowly, deeply, and deliberately. When you slow down your speech, a few things happen. You seem more in control. People lean in to listen to you. You sound more attractive and confident. Here's a quick way to test this. Say the sentence, "I like the way you think." First, say it fast and with a high voice. Then, slow it down and say it again with a deep, relaxed tone. Feel the difference? Women do too. The best part? You can train your voice to be more attractive. Start by recording yourself speaking and practice slowing down your words. The more you do this, the more naturally powerful your voice will become. 5. The secret that instantly makes you more attractive. Assumed attraction. Let me tell you a secret that instantly changes the way women see you. Assume every woman you talk to is already attracted to you. Not in an arrogant way, not in a desperate way, but in a way that says, "I already know you like me. Now let's see if I like you." This mindset shift alone changes your entire energy. Instead of trying to impress her, you'll naturally be yourself. Instead of being nervous, you'll feel at ease. Instead of chasing her, you'll pull her into your world. Because here's the truth. Women are naturally attracted to men who assume attraction. It signals confidence, self-worth, and certainty, all qualities that create instant chemistry. So the next time you approach a woman, act as if she's already into you. Watch how it changes everything. Bringing it all together, the man who doesn't chase, but attracts. Let's recap. If you want to command a woman's attention before you even say a word, focus on walking with confidence, slow, relaxed, and deliberate. Holding eye contact, just long enough to create tension. Mastering stillness, eliminating nervous fidgeting, deepening and slowing your voice so you sound powerful and relaxed. Assuming attraction, acting as if she already wants you. This is how you become the kind of man women naturally gravitate toward. Not by chasing, not by trying too hard, but by owning your energy and letting them come to you. The one shift that separates men who struggle from men who effortlessly attract women. By now, you understand that attraction isn't about words, it's about energy. It's about the way you carry yourself, the way you make a woman feel in your presence. But here's something most guys never realize. The men who struggle with women always seek approval. The men who effortlessly attract women give approval. This one mindset shift changes everything. Let me explain. The truth about approval seeking and why it kills attraction. Most men go through life trying to win approval from women. They dress a certain way, say certain things, and act in ways that they think will impress her. But the second you try to impress a woman, you send the message, "I need you to validate me. I need you to like me." And that energy is instantly unattractive. Why? Because women don't want a man who seeks approval. They want a man who gives it. Think about the guys women are naturally drawn to. The ones who have this effortless charm. The ones who never struggle. Are these men desperately trying to win women over? No. Instead, they behave as if they are the selectors. They aren't thinking, "I hope she likes me." They're thinking, "Is she interesting enough for me?" This tiny mindset shift makes all the difference. Instead of trying to earn a woman's approval, start seeing yourself as the prize. You are the one who decides if she meets your standards. How to flip the script and make women seek your approval. So how do you go from a guy who seeks validation to a guy who naturally draws women in? It all comes down to one simple shift. Stop trying to get her attention. Start making her work for yours. Here's how. 1. Assume you are the prize. Most guys assume that the woman is the prize and that they need to earn her attention. But the truth is, attraction is strongest when a man carries himself as if he is the one who is being pursued. This doesn't mean you should be arrogant. It means you should always have the mindset of, "She needs to prove to me that she's worth my time." The next time you talk to a woman, shift your perspective. Instead of thinking, "How do I make her like me?" Think, "Is she interesting enough for me to keep talking to?" This small change in thinking instantly changes your energy, and women feel it. 2. Make her qualify herself to you. One of the best ways to create attraction fast is to turn the tables. Instead of you trying to prove yourself to her, get her to prove herself to you. Here's how. Instead of asking, "Where are you from?" Ask, "Tell me one interesting thing about you." Instead of saying, "You're really pretty," say, "You seem fun. I might like you." Instead of reacting to everything she says, give her a playful challenge like, "Convince me that you're not boring." This creates a subtle shift in the dynamic. Now, she's the one working for your attention. And that's when attraction happens. 3. Give and take away attention. A lot of guys either give too much attention, which makes them seem desperate, or ignore women completely, which makes them seem cold. The key? Give attention, then take it away. For example, start a conversation, get her engaged, then suddenly turn your focus elsewhere. Laugh with her, enjoy the moment, then pretend to get distracted by something else. Be playful, show interest, then tease her and pull back slightly. This creates a powerful psychological effect called push and pull. When you give attention and then pull it away, it makes women crave your attention even more. And the best part, it makes you instantly more attractive, because now you're the one in control of the interaction. Why women fall for men who have options. Have you ever noticed that women are more attracted to men who already have other women around them? There's a reason for this. It's called pre-selection. Women are naturally drawn to men who other women already desire. It's a deep, primal instinct. Back in ancient times, women would look for men who had already been chosen by other women, because that was a sign that he had good genes, high status, and strong survival skills. And this instinct still exists today. So how can you use this to your advantage? 1. Be social and surround yourself with people. When a woman sees that you are the type of man who naturally has people around him, she automatically assumes that you are high value. This is why men who are naturally social always attract more women, because they give off the signal that they are in demand. You don't need to be a celebrity. You just need to show that you are someone who is interesting enough for people to want to be around. 2. Mention other women in a subtle way. This is a little-known psychological trick that instantly makes women more interested in you. During a conversation, casually mention other women in a nonchalant way. For example, "My friend Sarah would love this place. You guys would probably get along. I was talking to this girl the other day and she said something really interesting." Notice how this doesn't brag about other women. Instead, it subtly signals that women are already in your life, and that automatically makes you more attractive. How to naturally keep a woman hooked on you. Attraction isn't just about getting a woman's attention, it's about keeping it. A lot of guys can spark interest, but then they lose it by trying too hard, being too available, failing to create mystery. So how do you keep her hooked on you? 1. Never be too available. The moment a woman feels like she has 100% of your attention, she starts to lose interest. Instead, create a little distance. Take longer to respond to messages. Have other things going on in your life. Make her wonder what you're up to. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing that your world doesn't revolve around her. And that makes you 10x more attractive. 2. Keep her guessing. One of the biggest mistakes men make is being too predictable. Women love mystery. They love excitement. So, instead of always texting at the same time, switch it up. Instead of always being the first to message, let her come to you sometimes. Instead of revealing everything about yourself immediately, let her discover things over time. The more she wonders about you, the more she thinks about you. And the more she thinks about you, the more invested she becomes. The secret to creating deep, lasting attraction that women can't resist. At this point, you understand the foundations of attraction: energy, confidence, and presence. You know that attraction isn't about words, but about how you make a woman feel. But now, let's take it one step further. Because while sparking attraction is important, the real game changer is learning how to create deep, lasting attraction. The kind that makes a woman obsessed with you. Most guys think attraction is about being cool, charming, or even looking good. But the truth? Women don't fall in love with looks or words. They fall in love with how a man makes them feel about themselves when they're around him. If you can make a woman feel excited, intrigued, and emotionally alive, she will chase you, not the other way around. So how do you do that? The key to deep attraction: emotional spikes. The biggest mistake men make when talking to women is being too predictable. Predictability is the enemy of attraction. If a woman knows exactly what you're going to say next, if every conversation feels the same, if there's no mystery or emotional excitement, she loses interest. What keeps a woman hooked is emotional unpredictability, a mix of excitement, challenge, and depth that makes her feel alive around you. And the best way to do this? By creating emotional spikes. How to trigger emotional spikes and keep her hooked. Think of emotional attraction like a roller coaster ride. If the ride is flat and boring, no one wants to stay on it. But if the ride has highs and lows, twists and turns, moments of tension and excitement, people get addicted to the experience. Your interactions with women should feel the same way. Here's how to do it. 1. Use playful teasing to keep her engaged. Teasing is one of the most powerful ways to create attraction. Why? Because it adds a little challenge, a little mystery, and a little playful tension, which makes a woman emotionally invested in the conversation. But here's the key. Your teasing should always be playful and fun, not mean or insulting. Here are some examples of great playful teasing. You look like trouble. I should probably stay away from you. I don't know if I trust you yet. You might be trying to steal my secrets. You're kinda cute, but I feel like you're the type that eats the last slice of pizza without asking. Notice how these lines challenge her in a fun way. They make her laugh, react, and engage, rather than just nodding politely and moving on. And that's exactly what you want. 2. Flip the script. Make her work for you. Most guys try way too hard to impress women. They ask boring, predictable questions like, "Where are you from? What do you do? So, what kind of music do you like?" Women get asked these things all the time, and they don't create any real emotional connection. Instead, flip the script and make her work for your attention. Here's how. Tell me one reason I should keep talking to you. I feel like you're hiding something. What's your biggest secret? Are you always this charming? Or are you just trying to impress me? These kinds of statements put her in the position of having to prove herself to you, which instantly shifts the dynamic and makes her more invested in the conversation. 3. Add moments of depth and vulnerability. While teasing and playfulness create attraction, emotional depth creates connection. And without connection, attraction fades. At the right moment, you need to switch gears and let her see a different side of you. This doesn't mean you suddenly pour your heart out. It just means giving her glimpses of the real you in an authentic way. Here's how you do it. Instead of just joking around, take a moment to tell a story about something meaningful to you. Instead of keeping things surface level, ask her what truly excites her in life. Instead of playing it cool all the time, share a moment when you overcame a struggle. Women love men who can be both playful and deep because it makes them feel like they're getting to know someone real, not just another guy trying to impress them. The magnetic effect of being unpredictable. The reason most guys fail with women isn't because they're unattractive, it's because they're boring. They follow a predictable pattern that makes them forgettable. If you want a woman to think about you when you're not around, you need to break that pattern. Here's how. 1. Be unpredictable in your conversations. If she expects a compliment, tease her instead. If she expects you to agree, challenge her playfully. If she expects you to always text back immediately, pause and take your time. The more unpredictable you are, the more intriguing you become. 2. Don't always be available. Most guys drop everything the second a woman shows interest, but men who are naturally attractive to women keep their own lives as the priority. If she texts you, don't always reply instantly. If she wants to meet up, don't always be free. Make her fit into your schedule. If she starts pulling away, don't chase. Let her come back on her own. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing that you are a man with a life, goals, and standards. And women find that irresistible. The ultimate attraction formula. At this point, you have everything you need to instantly become more attractive to women. Let's summarize the key points. Confidence is everything. Own your energy, your presence, and assume attraction. Body language matters more than words. Slow down, make eye contact, and be still. Women are drawn to men who don't seek approval. Make her qualify herself to you. Use playful teasing to create emotional spikes. Keep the interaction fun and engaging. Be unpredictable and keep her guessing. Create moments of both playfulness and depth. Never be too available. Keep your life as your priority, not chasing women. If you apply these principles, you'll become the kind of man women naturally gravitate toward, without effort, without games, and without pretending to be someone you're not. And that's the ultimate secret. Attraction isn't about what you do, it's about who you are. When you step into your power, women feel it. And once you understand this, you'll never chase women again, because they'll be the ones chasing you.